Welcome to Black History 365.
My name is Sarah Pearson Collins.
And I'm Keziah Pearson.
And this is your moment in Black history. So, the topic that I want to talk about today is bootstraps.
What does that even mean?
Pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. That's something that's said a lot. Like, if they could just pull themselves up by their bootstraps, like.
So what if I don't have boots? Then
so if you don't have anything at all, not even boots to put on, how do you pull yourself up?
Well, let's take a page from Black Wall Street. So move back before we need to go forward. Part of Black Wall Street was a forced migration. The Trail of Tears, it started off with the removal of the Native Americans. Andrew Jackson, I believe it was. There was this area in Georgia, and it was pretty much booming too. They had businesses going on. Well, Andrew Jackson and his crew came in and said, "We want this. Y'all gotta go." And so they forced the natives to walk to Oklahoma.
So they migrated out west.
They migrated, yeah. And this was forced by, like, they marched them out there with guns drawn, and a third of these people on the Trail of Tears were black.
Yeah.
So fast forward to Black Wall Street.
They migrated out west and they rebuilt.
They had businesses, churches, hospitals.
600 businesses. 21 churches, 30 grocery stores, 2 movie theaters, 6 private planes, a hospital, a bank, and a school system.
Bootstraps.
So, pulling themselves up.
But then we have to talk about what happened. People were jealous.
Yeah.
And so they came over and they looted, bombed, and burned the town to the ground. So there were other bootstrap moments going on within the United States for black people. But another major moment that happened was
Sarah Rector.
Yes.
She was the richest African American female in the world. And so she was allotted 159 acres of land as a part of the Oklahoma Indian territory integration. And so, she didn't get, back in those days, and even now, black people didn't get the best land. They gave them the land that was infertile, like land that would not be able to produce crops. So they gave her the land, but then they were also expected to pay for the taxes on the land. So the family, not being able to afford it, decided to lease the land out. In 1913, they leased the land out to an oil company, and that particular oil company produced a gusher. And a gusher is when oil is just spewing up out of the land. I mean, it was so much oil, it was about 2,500 barrels a day. $300 a day for this family, which was an obscene amount of money. You want to know what else happened? So this is when it gets a little tricky. So, of course people were jealous of this wealth.
So the first thing they did was deem her parents unfit.
Yes, they did.
That she would have a white guardian.
The second thing they tried to do is they wanted to have her deemed as a white female, because if they had her deemed as a white female, then she would be allowed, or a white male would be able to marry her. So these are the things that they were doing. And then of course they tried to say, oh, it's so that you're able to ride first class in the, instead of coach or in the back on trains and things of that nature. But it was really a ploy to take away her money.
So the thing that comes to mind for me is, if you can change somebody's status from being black to white or white to black, is it really even a thing?
And this is your moment
In Black history. Because you know race is not a thing, right? Yeah.